Gary!
When is the last time you got
Gary!
laid? Richard, get over here.
Gary! Gary, where are you?
No, Richard, be serious. Richard.
Gary!
What's going on, everybody? How you doing today? Here I am on Belfast Drive, Hollywood Hills, here in Los Angeles, California. I've been on this road many times, and I've done 2 or 3 videos at least from this street, walking to this location. This is the home, and it pains me to say it, the former home of Richard Simmons. Now, if you're familiar with my channel, if you watched it before, if you haven't, but, well, if you're familiar with the channel, I've done quite a few videos on Richard. He's a favorite of mine. I loved Richard Simmons. We lost him July 13th of this year, 2024, and yeah, it's not about me, it's about Richard, but if you watch my live chats, I play a lot of sound bites of Richard Simmons in the background, and just because he's such a character, and he's so funny and so full of life, and I'm a huge fan of Howard Stern, and Richard was on Howard Stern a lot back in the day, in the 2000s mostly, but for a long time before that too. Gary is one of the sound bites I play, where he's trying to find Gary Delabate, Howard's producer, and yeah, I'm still going to be playing those sound bites on my live streams and wherever else of Richard. So we lost Richard, like I said, July 13th. He's buried over at Pierce Brothers. We're going to go there next. I don't know if we can get to his grave. It's in a locked area. It's a very small cemetery. Pierce Brothers have been there many times, but it's in a locked area. We'll see what we can see, how close we can get. Might be open. The gate is sometimes open. But let's walk over to his house, and there's not much I can say. I mean, I've done so many videos on Richard. I'll put a link below to some of them, and I loved him, and I think a lot of my viewers loved him too. What a force of nature. What an incredible man. And I'm gutted. It's horrible that we lost Richard Simmons. Now, of course, a lot of people know he was in retirement for quite a while, and I would always walk up to the house and know that, and he was basically secluded in this home. So I'd always walk up to this house, and it was cool knowing he was in there. It was cool knowing that, like, because when you go by, like, you know, look at all these houses up there, and you know, so many celebrities' homes. You don't know if they still live there or if they're there. Well, when we came here, you and me, the audience, on this on my channel, we knew Richard was in there, and he passed away here in this house. And he had a comeback planned. There's some things he was working on. Howard was just talking about that. Howard Stern recently, he did a little tribute to him. Well, actually a big tribute to him, and said that Gary Delabate had spoken to Richard, and he said wheels are in motion for some projects he was working on, and Howard Stern Show would be the first one he would announce it on and come back on, and it was going to be later this year, but sadly it did not happen. And if you look here, what's cool about this house is the little mailbox. I love the mailbox because it's an exact replica of his house. But he was found unresponsive July 13th, 2024, like I said, by his longtime caregiver, I guess, Teresa, I think her name is. He had fallen the day before. So he died from And he didn't want, so his birthday was July 12th. He didn't want to go to the hospital on his birthday. He wanted to be at home celebrating. But he went to sleep and didn't wake up. And so his complications from the fall and cardiovascular disease, heart disease. As well, from what I was reading just about 10 minutes ago, his body was covered with cuts and bruises. Now, I'm not sure what that means. I'm sure some people are thinking some crazy stuff, but he was an older man. He may have fallen a lot. I don't know. You know, he may not have been able to get around that well. Maybe that's why he was in seclusion somewhat. So I don't know. But this is his beautiful home here. The home of Richard Simmons, and where he passed away. Wow. Very, very, very quiet. There it is. Curtains drawn up top there. Yeah, there's somebody in the car right there. There's his garage. It's a beautiful home. All right. We've been here many times. And I'm still going to come by here every now and again. And I'll probably still do more videos on Richard. Because I just love him. You loved him, and the world loved him. What an amazing guy. We're going to walk. Sorry, we're going to walk back down, but we're going to drive over to Pierce Brothers. And wow. It's very strange knowing he's not in the house and knowing he's not in the world anymore. Larger than life puts it mildly. He was so funny, and you know, people made jokes about him. Howard loved to tease him, but he was in on the joke. He had an incredible sense of humor. There's one clip I gotta show, just something that that just kills me. I'm gonna show you two quick clips right now.
What is he doing?
Stop! I don't want to go to the prom, Mama, please.
Richard.
Mother, daughter, mother. Where's the picture?
Gary!
When is the last time you got
Gary!
laid? Richard, get over here.
Gary! Gary, where are you?
And both of those absolutely just I find hilarious. And Gary, my goodness. But he helped a lot of people, and he personally called a lot of people that needed help. The man had a heart that was so huge, and his Sweatin to the Oldies and his gym Slimmons over in Beverly Hills, he helped so many people. And it's somewhat comforting to know he went in his sleep. You know, that he thought he was fine. He went to bed probably thinking, I'm completely fine. Maybe he was in a bit of pain, but he just went to sleep. All right, let's go see Pierce Brothers and visit Richard. Made it to Pierce Brothers, Westwood Village Memorial Park, and surrounded by celebrities, but we're here for one reason, and let's go see Richard Simmons as close as we can get. So Richard is over here in the private garden off to the left, and no tourists, so I'm not going to disobey that. It's probably locked anyway, even if it's not. This is where Richard is. So I've seen a lot of photos online, and just to show you somewhat exactly where Richard is. See those flowers right in the middle there? Right there. Just above that to the left is where Richard is. So let me zoom in again. Richard is resting right there. See where those two green plant potters are? Potters? Right there. Right in the center there. It's the final resting place of Richard Simmons. No place to really leave anything for Richard except for maybe right here. And I've got a little rock, a little stone. It's a star and a moon. And I'm going to put them right there, and they're going to fall. So I'm not going to put them there. I'm going to put them over here. Right there. So I chose a star and the moon. Good friend of the channel, Juliana, gave me so many different types of rocks and little things like that to bring to graves. I've been carrying them around me. Chose the star and the moon. I saw the sun. Was it a star? So it's a star. I'm sorry if I said moon. Or if I said sun. Star and a moon. See? The moon. And a good friend of the channel, Juliana, who sent me a bunch of rocks and stones and things to leave at graves. Thank you. And I chose a star when I was in my car about a couple of hours ago. I was like, maybe it sounds cheesy, but shining bright like a star. Richard Simmons, he's a superstar. And the moon to represent at rest, at night, sleeping. Richard Simmons right there. Now I want to walk over here. I've been to the cemetery plenty of times, many times, and I've shown you pretty much every grave. Although I think last time I was here a couple of months ago, filming just Frank Zappa, Roy Orbison, a few other people. I think I've neglected to mention Ryan O'Neal is here now. After he passed away, he's buried alongside his longtime love, Farrah Fawcett. So Ryan O'Neal, Merv Griffin is Ryan O'Neal. We have ever seen or shown his gravesite before. So if you're looking to see Richard Simmons' grave, like I said, it is a private garden. Here's the front entrance to Pierce Brothers over there. Come right around the corner. It's a small cemetery. Marilyn Monroe over there. You'll always see people, of course. Richard's in the private garden off to the right. And if it's open, I've walked by before when the gate's been open, but I never really, this is before Richard passed away. I didn't know if anybody famous was in there. I didn't think so. Not that I knew of. So I never went in, but it is locked, I'm assuming. But yeah, if it's open, take a look maybe. Not, quick. It says no tourists, so maybe just stand back at the gate like I did. Or walk in and just have a quick look. Pay respects to Richard Simmons. Kirk Douglas. Wow. Alright, thank you so much for watching, everybody. Richard Simmons. A lot of people ask me if I ever get choked up or sad or depressed visiting so many graves or visiting the grave of whomever, whether it's a celebrity or someone doing a true crime or whatever. When I visit my family, sure. And sometimes, yeah, I do. But I can still make the videos, of course. But I'm human, and I think we all would if it's somebody we love, and never even met. I never met Richard Simmons. I love the guy. That's why I've done so many videos on him and played so many sound bites of him. And it's just sad. And again, not saying this is not about me. This is about Richard. But I'm just answering the question. Yeah, but it does get a little sad sometimes. And Probably for a lot of you that are watching that are fans of Richard, so you're a little choked up as well. Rest in peace, Richard. Okay, Gary, rest in peace. I love you, man, and I love you all. Thank you so much for watching. See you soon. Okay, bye-bye.
Gary! 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 Gary? Gary, come in here. Gary, where are you?